I think for the most part, you have to be able to not just look at this in a philosophical perspective, but also in a practical sense where you can apply that to everything in your life, in your reality, as an individual unit of awareness, where you start to improve the quality of your life. It gives you a sense of inner peace, being more light, more carefree, more relational. That stress no longer plays a role. It also facilitates compassion. And there are ways to do that, but you have to first come to the ground state of being that which you are. In a sense where if you believe yourself to be a person, then everything that you have and experience, you're going to personalize and you're going to take it personally. That's where the problem lies, is our reference point of being is the person that is living in the horizontal plane of existence, where all kinds of concepts, belief systems, conditionings can just pile themselves upon, and it becomes a heavy burden to carry because you see yourself as limited, as separate. I don't believe that anybody who believes himself to be a person can truly, unconditionally love themselves in the pure state, because you're automatically starting from default. You're seeing yourself as less than, as imperfect, based on memory and the personal story or history that comes along with that. And there is no way you can be able to love yourself with those belief systems. Unconscious conditionings, for example, whether you're raised up in the church believing that you were born in sin as a human being, or being an atheist believing that life doesn't have any purpose, it's meaningless, completely accidental. We're just biological machines moving towards an evolution of scientific, technological advancement, and put your faith in that. So when you look at life in that kind of way, it hinders you when you see yourself as a human being, as a person. You have to take a radical step in seeing yourself for what you truly are, from a larger, more expanded point of view. Everything that we see in physical manifestation or in the material world has its roots in immaterial non-stuff. Everything that we perceive and see is just vibrations. They don't have any mass. It's just conscious energy and information. When you embrace that, then it allows yourself to be able to go beyond the local field of understanding things. It's not to say that in any kind of way you become dismissive to your body or to the roles that you play in society. In no way am I advocating that, condoning that. It's not a nihilistic type of view. It's the realization that there is a temporal physical aspect of yourself, and you have a timeless, non-local, non-physical aspect of yourself that is what we could say is interconnected with everything else. That gives a tremendous amount of peace, stillness, silence, and awareness. That joy eliminates the need to suffer. It eliminates anxieties, this feeling of lack, being not good enough. All of those become liberated. All things that we see as separate cannot exist independent of itself. It's a network of dependencies. So it's important to get yourself out of content which keeps you stuck in the outer periphery of life. Getting to that is a non-verbal point. It's unnameable. It brings you a sense of unlimited power because it gives you the space and the ability to access all that's necessary and needed to be able to make life more meaningful. That unshakable happiness goes by being able to leave all these secondary senses of perceptual happiness aside. When you recognize connection as emptiness, as wholeness is, then life becomes more beautiful. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing that you have to be anymore. You can rest. That's an aspect of yourself that you haven't encountered for the most part, because we're so in touch with the entanglement of thought. We're so caught up in identifying with the stream of concepts and beliefs and overthinking. And we try to fill that void of emptiness within ourselves because we feel it as a place to be feared. We feel it as something that is negative, that is unknown, so therefore it's frightening. As long as you have a sense of a personal self, we think that when we have a state of no mind, that we'll be ignorant. Maybe it's on the level of thought or the thinking mind that would appear that way. It's not to say that you throw away all thinking and all thoughts and you become an invalid. This is not what this is about. It's about awareness, using the mind when it's necessary. And when you're not using the mind, there's no need of putting so much energetic attention to judgments and labels and concepts and storifying everything that we experience. When we move into the unknown, we're experiencing more of ourselves. The unknown is simply aspects of ourselves that we have created in order to discover more of who we really are through contrast. They are our own projections, mirroring back the parts of ourselves simply waiting to be encountered, transmuted, and fully integrated, allowing all of them to become the light that it was originally intended to be. We cannot know who we are fully without being able to move into things that are outside of the past, the known, the familiar. Facing the unknown is abandoning your sense of a personal selfhood, and that mystery, that wonder, that enchantment, that miracle, that magic happens. A lot of people try to be able to, in their mind, picture what it was like before the Big Bang, and what was this nothing. The mind can't go that far back into thinking of the unknowable, and it finds a very difficult time relating or dealing with that. No matter how much theory, no matter how much hypothesis that scientists have, that philosophers have, you will never be able to go beyond the state of the unknowable. That which was before space and time and causality came into existence, because there was no thought. But that is not something that happened in time. It's eternal, because it was before space and time. Therefore it exists here now, in that state of emptiness, that non-beingness, that nothingness. It's simultaneously existing now with form, with manifestation. Out of formlessness, or the unmanifest, came form. That is the source and root of your being. It's not a place to fear. It is who we are. It liberates.